everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Legends series, Avengers Infinity War, Black Widow, and this is from Wave 2 of the Infinity War Legends that have been released. And she comes in that typical style Marvel Legends packaging. As you can see, we got the Avenger A on the top, and we do have a really good artwork on the side. I mean, really good artwork on the side. Yeah. But no, that really looks really awesome. I mean, looks like Scarlett Johansson. So that's another really cool thing about it. Like, the artwork is just really spot on. Then we got, a little bit of a read up on the back. And her sort of vanilla posed as well, all blurry on the back. You know, that's what they did. No, it's not blurry. It was just my camera. But yeah, just a poo-poo pose. Then you got everybody from the wave to make Cull, Obsidian. And I have 1 through 4. We are working on a number 2. I'm going to try to keep going in order. So hopefully by the time I hit 4, I will have these guys lined up. But you get to build that monster of a figure right there. And in case anybody needs it, here is the UPC for this figure. Let's go ahead and get Scarlett Johansson out of her little prison and let her breathe a little bit. We got Black Widow out of the package, and she looks gorgeous. It is a beautiful figure, and she does come with quite a bit of accessories. And it was sort of funny because she was actually rubber banded inside the package. So that was the first time I've ever busted out of Marvel Legends and really having rubber bands hold her arms and legs down. So she does come with this staff because she is Donatello. Looking all metally and weird. I just a weird looking stick. But I mean, the cool thing is it disconnects, which gives her the 2 beat sticks, which look cool. The silver is not 100% like clean, and they are a little warped from being in the package. What really makes the staff shine, I think, in my opinion, are the detail and texturing that you actually get on the handles. If you can see that, there we go. Like, the grips and stuff look fantastic. But then, like, the sloppy silver paint on them, I'm just meh. So you get those, and you get two of these thingamajigs. They're textured really well, sculpted really well. I thought they were tasers, but I think they shoot like little discs, like little disc guns. They're toy disc gun shooter things from the 80s. You know, the multicolored discs that shoot out. You know, they sort of hover and stuff. No, they really aren't those, but they do shoot discs, and like, I guess they didn't want to give her guns, so they're like, hey, let's just like cut the gun part off, give them the handles, and we'll say it shoots discs. I don't get it. I mean, she has holsters for them. It's Black Widow. Why wouldn't you give her 2 pistols? Like, I understand, you know, you're trying not to have kids be violent and stuff, but I mean, come on, they're gonna play video games. I'm sure there's like kids that are definitely not old enough to be playing Grand Theft Auto. So stop restricting us and give us some guns. But we do get some fists, which are pretty good. I hope when I pop them on, they're not like visions from that 2-pack, because we don't need baby hands. You know, it's like, hey, let's just toss these fists in there, and then they don't really look good, and then nobody uses them. But we'll see how that works. But let's dive into this figure. This is spot on, that technology they use. That's Scarlett Johansson. Look at that. Looking all purty. But no, they had like the gloss to her lips. Her eyes are green, looking good. The hair has a nice wash to it. They definitely put a lot of love and detail into this. She's wearing her little hidden leaf vest, you know, so she can hang around with Kakashi and all them, teaching the ninjas. But no, on a serious note, this is pretty cool. Green looking vest. you know, unzipped. I guess she has to unzip her shirt and her vest because they want to show off cleavage that is non-existent. I don't get it. Maybe it makes it more aerodynamic, which it doesn't. But, you know, it's nice texture throughout. Everything's painted very, very nicely on it. And you get, like, really good textures. But, like, before we get into, like, really the rest of the body and everything, the head sculpt with it being that way, I mean, she can look down that far, you know, so far that her head falls off. But no, it's on a ball joint and a disc, so just pop that bad boy back on. But she can look down. Her hair and the collar sort of her vest sort of restricts it, and then she can look back a little bit. So nice head movement. You know, it sort of feels a little loose when I'm like do this way, because as you can see, it's just she can get a little attitude. Arms go up so she can spin like a helicopter. And she can fly that way. So she just spins really fast and can fly away. But no, really good arm movement, you know. And then you get the single jointed elbow, which looks pretty good. Get her signature wristbands, and then you get, you know, all that detail on there. It's painted really nice. But then you get these, I don't know. The thickness of her wrist sort of like disappears. You go straight to the, like, look at that. That is like the weakest. That's, I don't know. It looks weird, but she does get wrist bend and rotation. I just really feel like they could have done something better there. Maybe brought out the gauntlets a little bit more to hide that, to where it just doesn't look so weird. Very weird. Same articulation on the other side. Then we get into, you know what? It's already coming off anyway. Let's just remove the vest, because I know some of you probably like, I don't like my Black Widow to have a vest on, and that's totally cool. So let's go ahead and try to pop this off here if we can. Just sort of. So I got it, guys and gals. I took that vest off. You know, really shows off the little Black Widow logo on her stomach. And, you know, you can have her really both ways. So now you can actually get her to look really, you know, ways down, look up and everything. Nothing's really restricting her. But this looks good without the vest. Like, that is really nice. And then you actually can get, you know, a lot of motion in the ocean. But you get a lot of motion out of that ab crunch. So she can actually lean forward that much, lean back that much. Got the texture throughout, which is really nice. She's got a little badonk, which, I mean, she does have a booty in the movie. All the texturing throughout. Continues from down, has the line work on her butt. Then you get the belt, which is like a separate piece, but it does bother me, and I'm going to show you why. It's a really cool idea that it's a separate gray piece and everything, but it comes down and connects right here. Reminds me of some of the Black Series Boba Fett figures. Like, because they have like attachments where you can't really get much motion. So like you can get a little bit, it's all blurry. You can get it to bend, kick up, but it bends that plastic. All right. She does have a thigh swivel, which is pointless because you can't really do a little bit, which, you know, breaks this line, but it's still okay. But you can't really get that full bend that you'd want out of that if you're, you know, posing. So you are limited because of these little plastic straps here. Then she can, like I said, kick up that far, so she can do a nice little Spartan kick. She's got double jointed knees, which work really, really nice. And then She has her boots and, of course, high heels, as always. Look at that. Can't just have normal boots. Gotta have high heels, but they don't. They go up like that. And then you can get it down like that. Every time I'm doing it, I feel like they're going to break, though. So, I mean, that works, I guess. She's a good figure. The biggest thing I'm going to try out, though, I'm going to try changing out one of these fists here, so you can actually see the fist. Like, look at that. You get the bend in the fist. And the fist work. I mean, it's the same look as the other one, so they're not overly small, which is a good thing. Not like Vision. But let's go ahead and start putting some of the stuff, because I know these things sort of just pop right into our pockets. Like so. Yeah, they just store in there. So that's nice. You could actually put almost everything on her except for her additional fist. She's got her posed up with her beat sticks, looking really, really good. You know, just having that one foot stepped out. You know, the sticks down by her sides and everything. She's just ready to, you know, take on anybody. I put the vest back on because, I mean, it's a pretty awesome looking vest. And it looks so good. So yeah, you bust out those flight stands and put her on it, and you can really get some solid poses. I mean, you got to have fun with the figures, and, you know, I decided to attach both of our beat sticks together, make one giant staff, and have her just sort of leaping through the sky with it. And it looks very, very awesome. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, does she hold guns? Does she even have trigger fingers? Let's go ahead and check that out. So if you got any extra guns from other figures, she can hold them. And it looks awesome, especially with that vest. Very military looking. And as you see, I have her holding on to the saw. Looks really great. Now, she sort of does have trigger fingers. The answer to that question was yes, she sort of does. If you look at her hands, they have a gap where her finger is. Now, the finger itself isn't like, you know, screaming I'm a trigger finger, but it will work because it has that spacing between it. So I'm pretty excited and happy about that. The fact that we're not limited with our Black Widow figure, so we can put guns in her hands and not feel like they're limited to holding, you know, disc shooters and staffs, you know, and I mean, I guess a knife would look good too with her. But yeah, definitely a solid figure. Trying to get her with those heels. I'm not a big fan of the heels on figures, because for some reason she just wants to keep leaning back. And and I think it's the limitation on this heel itself. Like, because it clicks. It's not really like a smooth. It's not smooth at all. But yeah, it just sort of, I sit there and keep playing with her because of the freaking heels. But there, she's standing. Jeez. I'm not a fan of those types of boot heel things. It just makes things more difficult for the figure to stand. Just give her like real military boots. But she definitely looks awesome. Definitely worth picking up. And the fact that you can take the vest off, I mean, for anybody that's like, I don't want her to have that green vest, take it off. She looks like that classic Black Widow look. I am very happy that Hasbro allowed the vest to be removed. And just this figure is phenomenal. It, in my opinion, is one of the better Black Widow figures that exist. And especially with it being so MCU accurate. I mean, you could probably pop her head off and put one of the other ones on to make it more comic book accurate versus, you know, movie accurate. But that sums up my unboxing and review of the new Black Widow from the Infinity War wave. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, subscribe and hit that bell notification so you guys know when I post up a video. And as always, I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.